This episode is sponsored by iTunes. Go to www.cheapseatreviews.com. Click on the iTunes button, purchase anything you want, and a small portion will go to this podcast.
Okay, so how do we want to do this?
Well, we got to make sure we pretty much kill it right away. We don't have to suffer too much.
Right. Yeah. This isn't a snuff film. This is art.
Ducks die all the time for food.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is what you eat, America.
You American pigs. They're the real killers, not us.
That's right.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is CheapSeat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to CheapSeat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. This is episode 89, and today we're talking about the ABCs of Death. I am Sean Allred, and joining me tonight is Chad. Wait, hold on. As my computer freaks out. Sorry. As Chad, fart from the ass of God Evans.
Really? I've been gone for 3 weeks and I get far from the ass of God.
We're glad to have you back, pal. We missed you.
I mean, come on.
Corny, my other right is your face, Logan.
I'm actually a little confused. Which there are a lot of face issues there.
That was the license plate of the car in
Was it
the heroin?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember which one it was, but that one.
I remember which one it was.
And
Sorry,
Sam
couldn't face the truth there.
Yeah. And Sam, good dog Vector.
Good dog.
Let's pull up a comfy chair and dive into the
So is that what happened to Air
Sewage.
Bud after he made his third movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
He got into
Air Bud,
Dog.
the dog fighter.
oh my gosh, his name was Buddy. Oh my gosh, Cordy, that's perfect. That joke wins the day. This is the ABCs of Death, and I am going to try to bring as much brevity and light to this as I can.
Since when has the alphabet been so long?
Because there's almost zero joy in any of this. And frankly, I had a hard time watching this. But before we really get into that, Chad, sir, if you will do, again, I screwed up. No Catherine this week again. Hopefully we can get her for some good movies that were coming up, like Good Will Hunting and Masters of the Universe.
By the way, I saw her today after I dropped my son off at school.
Well, you should have had her record something. So
I should have.
Just into my phone right here. Just say something.
At stoplight.
Yeah. Just out the window. I'm sure that's totally safe and legal. Chad, if you will.
With pleasure. A 26-chapter penis anthology that showcases penis death in all of its vicious penis wonder and brutal penis beauty. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, I was not ready for that. I almost did a spit take all over my microphone. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
And that,
Penises
folks,
just kind of came up everywhere without warning, and I just felt like that was warranted.
Oh my gosh.
By the way, that's the power of Chad there, folks.
Chad's not here for 3 weeks, so he's got to make sure he gets his in. Thank you, Chad. If you could not understand what was actually happening, this is 26 short films that 26 different psychopaths, serial killers, directors, they were given a letter from the alphabet and chosen to tasked with making an 8, 9, 10-minute film about the death and whatever of that particular letter.
And we were all grossly reminded why they're not famous.
Yeah, I don't know if any of them are or are not. I don't know.
Yeah, in their respective countries. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? There's a whole lot of Mexican or Hispanic,
Latin American.
feeling. There's a bunch of Asian ones. There's one random, like Australian one. The clip that I played in the intro.
Oh, the claymation.
Yeah, the claymation one. Yeah, the scene in the opening. They're making fun of Americans, but like, are they not American? Like they sound American, so I'm kind of confused. The WTF one was Americans, but for the most part, they were not Americans, and also, they was probably half of them didn't even have dialogue. It was just noise. You know, there was no dialogue. So there's not gonna be a whole lot of clips tonight, folks. Sorry.
Unless you want random week noises or something like that.
I mean,
was that the pig from
could be
from Deliverance?
There was.
Or were you trying to do the psycho thing?
There was certainly a lot of screaming, and there was certainly a lot of sex. So you had a couple of
I feel like a Power Ranger.
But
football.
Yeah, I don't really have any other clips that would really work.
There was some dogs about to die.
Yeah.
And he felt really bad about it.
I'm pretty sure that.
You know what? I don't care at this point.
If you kill my dog, I swear to God, I'll get really mad.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would much rather watch that movie.
Oh my God, I want to go. Yeah, let's just do that one again.
By the way, that actually happened.
That actually kind of does happen. Actually, on whatever one the
D is for dog.
D is for dog fight.
Oh, D is for dog fight.
Yeah. Don't mess with Buddy is my note from that particular.
Especially
movie.
in slow motion.
Oh my gosh. So we're going to do what we normally do per episode of Cheap Seat Reviews, where I ask you, none of us had seen this before.
Hell no.
We were required to watch it for this.
I saw the first 2 or 3 letters a long time ago and gave up on it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So I guess I'll ask kind of your initial impressions, and then what I figured we'd do is we're going to kind of quickly go through each letter, unless one, we decide that that's not a good idea, or 2, we just kind of flow naturally, whatever.
Oh, before we do that, I have a suggestion.
Oh, please.
Why don't we give our description based on the one segment that gave us the biggest set of creeps?
Okay, so as opposed to the overall experience, you want us to do our kind of like which one? Like what?
Which letter was the creepiest for you?
The creepiest. Okay.
They're all weird. They're all disgusting.
Yeah, see, that's hard for me because there was funny horror, there was shock horror, there was
a lot of torture porn. There was just
there was some different stuff in there that was.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, well we'll go on.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah,
I can't really. I don't know. Again, creepiest. I don't know. I have a hard time with creepiest. I mean, like.
Sorry, Z would have been mine.
The creepiest.
Yeah, that was
that creeped me out the most. That was the one where I almost could not finish it. Yeah.
Anyway. The one that I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, Chad, I guess let's just do a kind of our overall impression of the movie, and then we'll dive into each individual one as we go. Chad?
I'm going to be completely honest with this one.
Please.
Preach.
I hated this entire movie. All 26 letters. The only one that really kind of made sense to me really was the one with the 2 chicks running from death.
Yeah.
And that kind of was like, it took me a minute, but that was one like, oh, I understand what they're going for. And then a couple later is like, what am I watching?
Right.
And I was just kind of like, I really just couldn't watch a lot of it.
Yeah.
And there was nothing like memorable other than I really wish I had that 129 minutes of my life back.
You'll never see it again.
I know.
Yeah.
But in other great news, I did watch Saw. So.
Oh yeah, what do you think of Saw?
Yeah,
I actually kind of liked it.
See?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I mean, it is torture porn, but
It would not as bad as everyone that has ever seen the other ones have all said it's the best of the series.
Yep.
And that the rest get progressively worse as far as torture porn.
It really starts leaning more on the torture porn and less on the story.
Like seriously, like Chad, if you think about it, you could put that movie on like FX and it would still be just as effective as if it wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I kind of want to do Saw again then, just with Chad here now.
I'm sorry. I'm going to talk about it because I wasn't here last week to talk about it.
Oh, that's okay.
So I don't care. It's my podcast. I can do what I want.
That's true. That is true.
I just found it fascinating that the actual Jigsaw guy could lay there on that bathroom floor for hours and not move.
He had to have been medicated.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean to have such low, because you can't breathe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'd see your chest moving or your back moving.
Yeah, it's funny that we never thought about that last week. It was funny, actually. I was thinking about it as we went to bed that night. I was laying on my stomach, and it actually hurts my shoulders to have my arms above my head, like under my pillow.
Yeah.
After about maybe 4 minutes. And I thought, my God, he had his arms above his head for like, what was it, like 6 hours or 8 hours?
I'd say it was a while.
I mean, like, not even a fart or an itch or nothing? I mean, like... You know, he's just
two guys. What's that smell?
What?
It's the toilet. No, there's a different kind of smell than that toilet I just stuck my hand in.
Right, exactly. It smells a little different, more fresh actually, and it smells like beets. Yeah, exactly. Well, it smells like beets. Okay. Anything else, Chad? You want to mention about Saw?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's okay. For those who are listening, if this is your first episode, this month we did a listener suggested series of movies for the month of October for scary movies and things like that, and we it was down between ABCs of Death and The Exorcist for the last movie of the month, and we did a poll, and The Exorcist was winning by a landslide, and then Netflix pulled it.
Because Netflix said, "Forget your movie."
Yeah. So they pulled it. So basically, we didn't really have much of a time to kind of really gather our abilities. So we went ahead and did this movie, and
regretted it.
I will say this: this movie,
curse you, Netflix. By the way,
re-emphasizes my belief that we have on CheapSeat Reviews within our bylaws that I'm just making up, the ability to veto any movie at any point. So Chad watched this before the rest of us, and I now wish that Chad would have said, "No, we are not watching this."
I didn't know we had the rules to do that.
We are doing it now. It has been said on this podcast. You guys have the ability at any point. So Corny, later on in this episode, you have the power to veto what will be said, and you know what I'm talking about. Maybe. If you don't, you'll understand.
Oh, the thing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, speaking of Corny, it is now your turn.
I didn't find this movie as bad as I thought I was going to find it. Because of Chad's cryptic warning last week.
I don't know if it was very cryptic.
No,
that's true. Pretty blatant.
No, it was pretty. It was pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
So I went into it thinking, "Oh, this is going to be the worst thing ever." And after the first one, I kind of got the vibe what's going on. And each one had its thing, and some of them were just so disgusting. But I got through it anyway. I laughed my laughed my ass off during F, and again with Q. So I had a little bit of fun with this. I actually had a lot more fun with this than I thought I would. By no means should you go ever see this movie. Like, if someone says see it, slap them in the face because they obviously hate you.
Yeah, there's nothing here that I would. I agree on that.
No, there's no redeeming qualities of this movie, but it was fun to watch. The idea was actually very good. The implementation was just terrible.
So, yeah, and these are supposed to be real directors.
Well, they're directing something, all right.
Yeah, no joke.
Jack and shit. And Jack left town.
Jack left town.
There it is.
Oh, I wish that movie was streaming. Oh, Army of Darkness would have been so good. Sam?
I'm kind of with Corny. This whole compilation of films could be chopped up into about 4 categories. You've got a quarter of them that were actually decent or at least interesting enough to keep your attention and wanting to see what happens. And on the other end of the spectrum, you've got those that are just so stupid, that it doesn't make any sense. Even in the horror genre, it didn't make any sense. And then, of course, you've got the stuff in the middle that you could tell what they're trying to do, but it doesn't come across well. And then you've got just the stuff that's badly directed and badly produced. It has to be asked. I think they were given $5,000 each, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much time they were given to complete these.
Most of them were all in one location. I can't imagine that it would have taken them very long. I mean, probably maybe 3 days to shoot, maybe a couple more days to edit.
Well, but I was wondering how long they were given to come up with idea and implement.
Oh, they probably had a couple months.
You've got these 48-hour movie festivals everywhere nowadays. And some of that stuff actually comes out kind of like what we just watched. Decent but not great. Or on the other end of the spectrum, horrible and not decent. So
there wasn't a whole lot of decent in this movie. And I'm using the phrase decent as in like made for public decency, whatever.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of not that happening.
Yeah, at all.
But, something I'd like to discuss tonight too is, what does make horror? What's the different kinds of horror out there? And we saw pretty much the gamut in this, from creature horror to sci-fi horror to just gore.
Giant phalluses,
Yeah, the uncomfortable horror, the shock horror out there. And there's apparently a market for all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting to look at, but I would not.
What you'll find in the greater parts of this world.
So yeah, it's. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Not even a single letter. I was
no F. I would recommend F.
I was hoping that something out of this movie I could be like, hey, go to ABC's of Death. Don't watch everything, but you gotta watch. I don't know, Z. You gotta watch Z. That's gonna be awesome. And no. Nothing.
Okay, my turn.
Yeah.
Oh yes, please.
Okay. I'm 1,000% with Chad. I hated every second of this movie. And I'm going to go ahead and say it now. I don't care what your numbers are. I'm going to do my best to make sure that this is the worst rated movie on our website. I hated this worse than Rubber. I hated this worse than, not Zombievers. What was the other one? The chicken thing. Poltergeist. Oh my God, I hated this thing. And I hated it for a lot of different reasons. I hated it for almost 26 different reasons.
Oh. And flavors.
Yeah, and flavors. And most of those flavors were awful.
Baskin Robbins always finds out.
Yeah, they find out. They had like the fart flavored one, and then there's just some of them were actually well done. I'm going to give credit to a couple of them that I thought were actually pretty well crafted, and we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
And then the overwhelming majority was just hot, bloody garbage. And it was.
I do not think anybody is arguing against you there.
Yeah, there's a line that in the intro. The reason why I picked that clip is because they're actually making fun of basically the rest of the movies. When he says, "Oh no, we're making art, not snuff." Everyone else was making snuff. It was just, all right, I got a budget for $5,000. Who wants to be in a movie for free? You don't have any lines, and we're going to spend all of the money on some crew, some local crew, and then blood and effects and things like that, and make it the worst possible stuff ever. And then some of the other stuff.
But it should have been the other way around, though. This is your opportunity to showcase what you can do.
Yeah,
this is come up with something interesting. Come up with something that someone like me, like Sam Vector's going to say, hey, check out ABCs of Death. It's all crap except for the letter blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. And I think some directors took that route, that we're going to try to make a genuinely good little 8-minute horror flick. I think some of them did. And I actually think some of the other people were like, hey, this is an outlet for my psychotic tendencies. I mean,
I don't, yeah.
I mean, like, I'm trying to remember which one it was. And again, we'll get there, but, okay.
Hello?
Chad?
I'm okay. It was me.
Yep.
Oh, Corny? Okay. The, crap, I can't remember which one it is. The one where they're, hold on. The one where it's the girl who's doing her monologue. And she's in the bathtub.
Oh, I.
Is it I?
I for ingrown.
Ingrown.
Ingrown. Yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get it. But like that one bothered me immensely because there was no what was happening on screen. We don't know why or understand why. We're just seeing this horrible thing happen that might actually be happening around the world. And that's what makes it so awful. Which is what I think some good horror can be. But like
I thought that one was fairly well done though, in terms of production.
Oh yeah, production wise it was well done, and that's why it gave me a physical, like I had a hard time watching it because of that. So I'm using that as a good example of horror, but like
is that what horror should be though?
It was hard to watch.
Should horror make you uncomfortable?
Horror's in the eye of the beholder, so to speak, just because legitimately I hated Children of the Corn because it freaked me out as a kid, but we all know that's camp. I mean not camp, but it's
kind of campy,
yeah.
Like The Hills Have Eyes.
That's camp.
Yeah, so
not the new one, not the Rob Zombie one. That's not camp. That's torture porn, awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know. So anyway, so we ready to do this? We want to just run through some of these.
Yeah,
sure.
All right. I'm just going to kind of say A, and we'll just go down the letter. And then if you have something you want to say, then we'll say it. But so A was apocalypse.
Yeah. On
word,
A.
Say the first word that comes out of your mouth.
Word association. Yeah. A. Yeah.
A. Awful. The hand effect was amazing.
I was confused. Okay.
Well, here's, and I'm right there with you, Sean, because my confusion was that why is she killing him
right
so horribly? Right. He's apparently stuck in bed and can't really move. So why doesn't she just stab him in the neck or in the head to begin with and just let him die instead of throwing hot bacon grease on him?
French fry grease.
French fry grease.
Or French fry oil.
And
like
him so freaking slowly, and it kind of comes out, but
well, so it's for apocalypse.
Yeah.
And you could hear outside there was cars crashing and ambulances happening. So obviously whatever is happening outside is terrible.
Yeah.
The end of the world. So why is she brutally murdering this guy slowly? You know, go ahead, Corny.
I was going to say, maybe the question now is, do you hear these sounds happening prior to her trying to kill him, or does it just happen towards the end?
Well, no, because he's sitting there eating bread, right? And then all of a sudden you start hearing some stuff outside. He keeps looking out the window, and that's how she's able to come in with the knife, because he's looking out the window, and then she tries very poorly to stab him. I mean, it took like 15 swings of the blade. She finally...
Although she got a good chunk of his hand.
She did. Yeah, the hand effect was pretty good. And then she got him in the neck, which allowed him to still live long enough for her to go back into the other room to get the fry.
I don't understand the fry.
The
fry grease.
So then she cooked, she deep fries his face.
Which is another good effect, I thought.
And then she snuggles up in the bed with him, and then she's like, I've been trying to kill you for a month, and it was supposed to be easy, and no one would know. Like...
And now it doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter. And like, again, why are you doing it so painfully? It didn't make any sense. So I didn't like it. Chad, any thoughts at all?
No, I think you covered pretty much everything.
Okay, I know you didn't like this, so I don't want you to not talk. But
no, I thought it was A for awful.
Okay,
it's just for silence.
A was produced very well, but the writing and story did not
make sense. Okay, B. All right.
What
B
was
for
the name like?
Bigfoot.
Nacho Vigalondo.
Are you looking at the? Is that his actual name?
Nacho.
Is that his actual name? Is that the director's
His name's
name?
Nacho.
That's hysterical.
With
Was I the one that I was happy that was happy that the 2 adults were killed
Oh, and B.
in B?
Yeah. So
Because they were horrible people.
yeah, so B, yeah, so basically this guy and this girl are trying to have sex. And so then they tell this horrible story about how if she doesn't go into bed and at least pretend to count sheep, that she's going to get eaten by the abominable snowman
Mexico.
in Mexico.
Of Mexico.
And then the trash collector, which had the smallest trash cart ever. Is that how it is done in Mexico? I don't know. It seems kind
Easy, or-
it seems kind of inefficient. But it's,
well, you see, the majority of stuff down there is trash.
Yeah.
So
And they're much smaller.
they don't really have a lot to throw away.
oh.
Oh. All right.
You got a
Well,
little racist there, Chad.
Yeah, that was. I apologize for that. That was horrible of me. That was my that was my father coming out.
That was
R
Chad's,
is for racist.
yeah, that's okay. That was just Chad's reaction to this movie. It has affected all of us, I think.
This movie was so bad it turned you racist.
Well, I mean, God, this thing almost made me vomit. So I mean, it turned me into a weak stomach. Good gracious.
Essentially,
He is for bigots.
This was one of the worst, I thought.
Well, it was. So the reason why I didn't like this one was because it was tropey.
Yeah.
You know, oh, we're mean parents, so that we, or not parents, but they're mean whatever they were, guardians,
babysitters,
babysitters, so that they can go have sex, and then they have sex, which of course trope sex equals death.
Yes.
And so then he goes in, the trash guy goes in and murders them, and he's in the room. Well, he does. I mean, there's blood everywhere, and you see her dead on the floor. And then he goes into the room, and she's in there counting, right? Like she's supposed to. So the story they told is actually kind of true. And then he puts the bodies in the trash bags and leave, and then it's and then that weird sound happened. You okay, Corny?
No, that wasn't me.
Chad, was that you? Please tell me
Yeah,
that
it was me.
Okay.
That was amazing timing.
I thought it was you. I thought it was you, Sean.
Yeah, I thought you would hit the wine a little too hard or something tonight.
Oh no, I definitely needed wine for this episode.
No, it was stupid.
But B was for Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Really?
Dumb. C, this is one of the few that I liked. Because I thought that it was actually clever and it reminded me of Stephen King.
The Cycle?
Yeah. C is for Cycle.
Yeah. I enjoy this one too. Just for the fact it was interesting. You're right, Sean. The Stephen King aspect of what would happen if you keep copying yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Does each copy turn a little bit from the original? My question is, why did he have to kill his copy?
Because there can't be two of you.
It's a cycle.
Why not?
It seems
The cycle is, the guy wakes up. Sorry, he's outside. He comes to, or he realizes what he's done. He's killed the other one, and then they go to bed, and then they are sound. It's the other one who happened to be there. So it's like you always have two in existence at all times.
I think it's the universal paradox trying to correct itself.
Yes.
Like you have to
so
kill
that's
him.
what it is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I like that one.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little clever. It wasn't super violent.
It wasn't really well produced though.
No, it wasn't. It looked terrible. Yeah. It looked like it was shot on like 16 millimeter film.
Yeah. But at least it was interesting. It kept my attention.
Yeah.
Chad?
C is for crap.
Okay. Chad's just gonna come up with a letter for some kind of excrement or anything all the way down. D.
The dog fight.
The dog fight.
Dingleberry.
So it starts off clearly like they're in some kind of cage match, right? And then there's this fighter who's clearly been fighting a lot, and he's kind of the heavyweight, right? And then they pit him up against this vicious type of dog, and
I had a hard time envisioning the lab being a vicious dog.
me too. I wish they could have gotten like a pit bull or a German Shepherd, something that actually seemed like a vicious type dog.
And I was sitting here while I was watching. I was disturbed watching the fight and him hitting.
I was too, because he was actually hitting the dog.
Yeah.
He was in slow-mo, and you could see the impact of him hitting the dog. Now, he's probably not hitting him very hard because it's slow-mo.
Yeah.
I
did not like that. And I'm not a big PETA save the animals, but leave the dog alone.
I had a hard time with that one too until you find
The
out
twist.
the twist where the dog puts his teeth around the master's or the guy's throat, and then he calls out. You can read his lips, buddy.
Buddy, yeah.
And then the dog stops and then sits down, and then you have like the kind of flashes of the lost dog found, whatever, and it zooms in on the guy's dog tag, and his middle name is Buddy, and then you find out that the dog's name is Buddy, and then
actually, I thought the tags were actually the dog's tags. He was just wearing them.
Oh, see, I thought that's how I interpreted it.
Oh, you're right. I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. Now that you said that, it makes more sense to me. But yeah, so he's wearing the dog tags named Buddy, and then he and Buddy flipping wreck their shit. And I kind of liked that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're doing this horrible illegal thing. Me and my dog are gonna finish this tonight.
Yeah, at that turn, it gave a new life to me in terms of whether I like this one or not.
And so that made me think, like, when he was quote unquote fighting the dog. I don't know if you guys have ever like playhouse with your dog. I do it with mine.
Oh yeah.
It it kind of like felt like that. Like when you look back and go, I kind of get that now. Like he was actually kind of wrestling. I mean, the dog actually bit him a couple times.
Oh yeah.
And maybe, I don't know, that's the way he plays with his dog, that they actually bite. Because Peanut my beagle will actually bite me, but once she actually touches my skin, then she lets go.
Yeah.
So dog,
but it just the dog actually hitting the dog, and then the kid being
the kid
at
being
the
there.
fight.
Yeah.
Is what disturbed me.
Does the kid live? I don't know.
We don't
Yeah,
know.
the kid's fine. Yeah.
We're just gonna assume that. Of course, in these movies, children are not safe.
No.
Except in B. Chad?
Yeah.
D is for damn it.
E, I had a hard time with E. Exterminate.
Oh.
I had a hard time with that spider
spiders.
and the spiders out of the ears. I had a hard time with that one. And the fact that the spider made weird noises. I just like
stalk this guy for a week.
Yeah.
I thought E was going to be exploration. Because it sounded like a little freaking spaceship.
Yeah, or submarine
and I was expecting the twist to be, somehow this is aliens colonizing Earth or something. When it didn't happen out that way, I was like, oh, well, I've seen this a lot.
The only part about that one I liked was the Star Trek poster he had on his wall. It was a cool.
Of course, you would see that.
It was a cool looking Trek poster. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of want to find it. I'm done with that one. Yeah.
Oh, was Chad there?
I think we lost Chad.
It says he's still here. Did you?
Maybe he's thinking of E.
Did you mute yourself, Chad?
Well, okay. Well, let's keep moving.
Okay.
F.
F is for fart.
Fart.
Good gosh.
That made me laugh.
This is one of my favorites. I laughed so hard. In no way is this a horror movie to me.
No, this is the only one that has no bit of horror in it whatsoever.
Yeah, this just felt like some weird Japanese dude just wanted to get a couple girls together and make out, and he liked fart jokes.
Sounds like a guy's guy to me.
I mean,
I want to buy
E
this
is
guy
for
here.
Everything sucked.
Oh, there is Chad.
Okay, there he is.
Sorry, I had to go get rid of my hiccups.
Oh, okay.
So I don't understand what was going on. There's the fart from God, which is killing everybody
For some reason.
And then what the hell?
Well, because it was the fart from God because she farted in public, and that's why she was. Oh no, because she had lesbian tendencies, and God was punishing them. That's what it was.
Yeah, and then she climbed in her ass. I guess.
Yeah, she farted.
Well, she was pulled in by the fart turned her into a gas and then pulled her back in.
And then she was
Because
naked.
you know that once you fart, there is that little bit that gets sucked back in at the very end.
Is that real?
Notice that next time you pass gas.
Okay. I just hope there's not some Asian girl up there naked.
Again,
And then the
I
other
don't
one
see-
showed up. That was weird too. Like, wait, why are you there? So weird.
Well, if you ever watch a weird anime, this actually would
Most
make
anime is weird. I mean, let's be
Yes,
fair. Like
absolutely.
Dragon Ball Z is the most boring of the weird. I mean, anime we have ever seen. You know, and that's just because the American version has been kind of edited a little bit.
indeed.
But in this one, the whole time I'm thinking, I was like, okay, this is a Japanese entry, obviously. What is it about in the Japanese culture that makes this horror? You know, is it the farting? Is it the lesbian tendencies?
Well, I don't know if we say this is horror. Remember, it's just the ABCs of death. So that was a way to die.
That is true. I
Well, yeah,
guess.
because those other people did die by God's fart. I mean, they were like turning to stone.
Yeah. Chad's done that before. I've seen it happen.
He farted and turned people to stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all miss Jimmy.
Okay,
Oh.
Chad, your F word that you can say on the radio.
F is for fantastically true.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
G, I hated G. It was
Stupid.
really dumb. And
Stupid. Yeah.
I could see it the moment he put those bricks in the bag. I knew exactly what was going to happen. And basically, this movie was a guy put a GoPro on and then swam out and then killed himself. Good job.
I actually
That
thought
was-
she was going to be for GoPro.
Yeah, well, that works too.
Yeah.
G
That's-
is for goddamn.
H, I don't even know. I didn't even write it. It was like Hydro something.
Hydroelectric diffusion.
Hydroelectric diffusion.
I don't think that's right.
I thought I was on acid for a
Yeah.
few seconds.
I like.
On H.
I wrote dog people. What is wrong with these people? That was my note. I was confused, and then she
There are
punched him in the
Nazi
nuts.
boxes.
Yeah, there's
They came out his
Nazis,
mouth.
and he was RAF, and then she punched him in the nuts, and they came out his mouth, and his eyes were doing the weird cartoon thing. But when they're not cartoon, it's really gross
Yeah.
and creepy, and
Ugh,
it just didn't
Weird.
like. And then she showed us her boobies, and I was confused if I was supposed to be turned on or not. Like they're made of felt. Like, is that
Do I
supposed?
like this?
Yeah, I'm not sure. This is really weird. So
Just go with it.
I'm kind of over that one.
But this started the Nazi tendency in some of these. There's
There
a
was
lot of going back to Nazism.
Yeah, there was a couple of Nazi ones right there. I don't know if this one.
I think there's at least two. I mean, there's definitely at least
Oh, there's
two.
at least two.
All right. Well, I'm going to see if I can find G. Who the Andrew Trakukli Trackle.
No idea what kind of.
I don't know,
Trout.
but he is known for.
Guessing Native American.
Let's see. He's known for such fine movies as Black Water.
What'd you call me?
No, that's Gravity. H is for. H
Oh, you're right,
was
you're right.
Thomas Malling.
You're
Oh,
right.
he must be English then.
Well, he did make the dog British.
Yeah.
Thomas Malling. Yeah, he's done 2 movies. This and The Norwegian Ninja. A true story of how Commander Arne Treholt and his ninja force saved Norway during the Cold War. Wow.
I didn't know Norway was in such dire straits in the Cold War.
I didn't know either.
No, it's not Dire Straits. It's Dire Fjords.
Dire Fjords.
All right, that's it. That's
Write that down.
I'm
Todd.
doing
Write
it right
down.
now. Calm down. I don't even know how to spell fjords.
FJORD.
Is it FJ or FIJ?
I don't
It's
know.
FJ.
It doesn't.
FJ.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no. Much of this movie.
Most of this movie, it just didn't matter. Like Rubber, it
F is
just
for
doesn't
fjord.
matter. Like, how did this guy get a segment? Who went and watched the Norwegian Ninja and was like, we should give this guy one of the ABCs of death because that movie was so good. I I don't either.
Must have been a buddy of the producer.
Maybe or something. I don't know. I just like how do you get these movies? Like
Facebook.
Why didn't they call me?
Facebook. Yeah, we would have had fun doing. We could have done some of this.
Yeah, it would have been way better. Well, we would have to combine. Ours would have been more like C. It would have been like less violent and more cerebral.
Yeah.
Because
and it all would have ended with Chad just going, "That sounds like it's been tampered with."
Right. Again, we talked about that. Ingrown.
That was one of
Oh,
my.
wait.
Oh, sorry,
wait.
Chad. H.
H is for Hitler wannabe.
This is like an awful like children's book, like hey, it's for Apple, and this is Chad's version. Hitler wannabe. Okay, I ingrown. I'm not sure I understood why it was called ingrown.
Yeah, I don't know the reason ingrown, but I liked it. It was horror to me in terms of making me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and what was happening.
It made me uncomfortable too. Chad, I.
I is for ignorant.
Okay, J was that funny kind of Japanimation. Not Japanimation.
Once again, what the hell?
I don't know. Just Japanese. They're just.
What did I just watch?
There was the samurai movie. The guy's supposed to chop off the other guy's head, and every time he looks at the guy's face, he's making a really strange claymation weird face thing.
I don't understand the horror in it either.
Well, again, these aren't necessarily all horror movies. It's just the ABCs of death. It's just different ways to view, see, experience death, and the guy died. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I've been looking at it differently.
Yeah, they're not all supposed to be scary horror.
Okay.
So go ahead and give us your J, Chad, because the next one definitely wasn't scary horror.
J is for.
I was going to say Jackass, but Jigglypuff, was he J or G? I guess he was J.
It's J.
Japanese crap.
Okay. Speaking of crap, the next one was entitled Klutz, and it was the cartoon where the poop kills her. I'm not sure why she's considered a klutz. The poop attacked her. I mean, I feel bad for the girl.
It wouldn't leave her alone.
Right. And, nothing about it was funny. I don't know.
No, it was stupid.
It was real dumb, and I don't know. Whatever. Chad. K.
K is for kill me now.
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, it also was animation. You got to give it to them. If they were just doing this in a weekend.
Oh yeah,
pretty impressive.
It was drawn. I guess the drawing was kind of neat, but poop killed her, right? It flung to the ceiling and then dove down her ass and came out her mouth, and that killed her. Like,
just go home, poop.
No joke.
Go home.
L disturbed the hell out of me.
Indeed.
L was libido.
Whoa.
That was rough. That
one. I had a hard time with this one, and not just because it's two guys who have to help themselves out in a race, and if you don't succeed, if you don't fulfill your obligation, you get killed by a spike through the ass. There was a lot of ass torture in this movie for some reason.
There's a lot
and then the one that he didn't perform was when a little boy was getting bad things happen to, which I had a hard time. I know they didn't show it, but you knew it was happening.
Yeah, it was very well implied.
Right, and then he gets killed by having sex with a really weird woman and a chainsaw while laughing, which kind of reminded me of Hobo with a Shotgun a little bit.
I gotta see that movie.
It's all I know.
See that movie.
Yeah, but I had a hard time with that one, and not just
it was
because,
very well produced.
Yeah, it looked fine, and the lady in the dress was attractive, but
except for
the weird eyeball,
her third eye.
Yeah, that freaked me the hell out.
Yeah,
and all the little practical effects with them finishing. Oh God!
Oh God! Gross.
Made me want to throw up.
Yeah.
Chad.
L is for lame.
Okay.
I'm running out.
You're doing pretty good.
I used all of my creative juices on the fjord bit.
Don't say juices. Don't say juices.
Yeah.
No, not on L.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't want to talk about M. at all.
No, I don't want to
Yeah.
talk
No.
about him at
Let's-
all.
I don't want
let's
to talk
skip
about that
that
one.
one.
So we're gonna go to N.
Nuptial?
Nuptial. Yeah.
The parents.
The parrot. That one actually made me laugh. You know, this guy's trying to be sweet. He bought a bird, and then he trained it how to propose marriage, and she's all sweet. And then the bird starts telling him about the other girl that he's with, and that he's so big, and it's gonna hurt. And then the bird starts making sex noises, and the wife stabs her. That was funny.
Yes, I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that one was funny. Just for what it's worth, though, my note for M was I literally wrote, "Now I hate this." So anyway, Nuptials. That was kind of funny. Chad, you got anything for N? Just say no.
No.
Okay. See, N, no. O was the orgasm. I could barely understand what was happening.
I thought it was stupid. It was one of those. It was supposed to be artsy, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
But it made no sense to me.
Like, I got that the guy was
happening?
down between her legs and whatever, but like there was so much other stuff happening. And did he kill
Bubbles?
her? Yeah, she was breathing bubbles, which was weird. And then did he kill her with the leather strap? Is that what's supposed to happen?
Yes, so.
Like, again,
Maybe she died from asphyxiation while doing that. I don't know.
I don't know. If I can't tell, then it's bad.
If you can't tell in a bad way, sometimes if you can't tell, it leaves at least a question mark.
Right, yeah, okay.
A good
yeah.
question mark.
Yeah, like I'm not saying it was like Inception, where like, does the top fall over or not? No.
Yeah.
That is well written and well thought out and clever. This was
or is a parsec a measure of distance or time?
That's not the same thing at all.
It's time.
It's not the same thing at all, Sam. That was an error in writing. Speaking of Star Wars, let's talk about this for a second. Did you guys? I harassed our friend Chris Barton with this. Have you guys seen this really great fan theory about the new movie?
I don't know if I want to know. I'm trying to keep myself away from it.
It won't.
So
I mean, it's a theory, so it's not a spoiler. It's a theory. But if this theory comes out to be true, it'll change everything. You want to hear it?
Jar Jar.
It's all a dream.
Still alive.
No.
It's Jar Jar.
This one.
Jar Jar would be very, very old by this point anyway. What?
Well, I killed him a long time ago.
All right.
Sure. What's the
Have
theory?
you guys noticed that Luke or Mark Hamill isn't on the poster? You guys notice
Yes.
that Mark Hamill is not on the poster, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the fan theory is that the dude with the red lightsaber, Kylo, whatever his name is, that's actually Luke Skywalker.
Really?
That he has in fact turned to the Sith. If you look at the end of Return of the Jedi, he does cross. I mean, for a moment, he uses his anger, his love for his sister, his hatred. That's how he defeats the Emperor. Yeah, that's how he defeats Vader. Is that he turns over to the dark side. In fact, earlier in the movie, when he quote unquote offers these two droids, that's a lie. The Jedi aren't supposed to lie, but that was a lie to create a false sense of security for Jabba, right?
Yeah.
So now Luke has already shown that he can lie, and then later on in the movie, when he has to turn and he quote unquote lies to himself that he's not actually bad, and then we get to the end of the movie and everybody's all happy or whatever. So then now if we fast forward, and if you watch the trailer, you never see Luke, right? But you see a robotic hand, and then you see somebody holding Vader's burnt mask saying, "I will finish what you started." I'm telling you, it's a cool theory.
Interesting.
I like it. I actually think that.
Though.
Do what?
You just wonder how they're, it'd be interesting where that goes.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to talk about something fun for a few minutes. Okay.
Yep.
Before we go into something super, super depressing, P for pressure. Holy crap.
Oh.
I felt so bad for that woman, that mother of 3 living in a shithole, having to prostitute herself out so her kids could have a bike.
Real life horror. That's what I wrote. I remember writing down real life horror.
Speaking of real life horror, Chad's microphone.
Oh dear.
Yep. It's a horror movie Chad sees every week.
Every week. I've almost missed it.
P is for persistent.
Yeah. Oh, I wish Chad was on right now. He could have heard that joke. Yeah, there you go. P is for persistent, Chad. Your microphone is nothing but persistent.
I don't understand.
I don't either, dude. For what? We've been doing this, for 30 episodes now? For some reason, your microphone at about...
And it's carried on. It's gone from your house, Chad, to my house here.
It's got to be my
house.
It's got to be my computer.
Is it?
Because when I was using my laptop, my PC, I didn't have this problem.
Oh,
so
that's interesting.
I'm using 3 Macs to do this podcast, and I don't have any
And how many
issues.
times have you had issues with all of them at some point in time or another?
Well, in fairness, it's usually the software that it's running. But and Corny's counter should be, and which software are you using? And right now I'm using GarageBand, so which is an Apple product. So touche to Corny. PCs still suck.
That's fair.
Actually, they don't. Just Windows 10 or whatever the new one is that no one likes. Is that the one that no one likes? Do you like it?
No,
There's-
8.
8 is the
Vista.
one. Yeah. 8 was the one that no one liked.
10's actually pretty awesome. I have Cortana as a personal assistant.
Is she hot like she is in the video game?
No, she's just a disembodied voice.
No, well, it's...
But the disembodied voice is pretty hot, so, you know.
Speaking of disembodied voice. Actually, we're not on that one yet.
Actually, audible.com.
No.
That'd be
that would be a disembodied voice, though. Yeah.
Stop trying to make it happen, Sam. It's not going to happen.
Q is for quack. This is the only one I wrote more than one note for. Why do you have to snort coke through cash? That's a trope.
Yes.
That's big Hollywood right there.
This one is self-aware, which I thought was kind of funny. Yep. And why do you need a boom guy to shoot a gun? There was no reason for Juan to be there other than to run through the desert comically.
Still holding the boom.
Still holding
Leave
the boom.
Poor Juan alone. You know, those sound guys are awfully sensitive.
We are. We are a sensitive breed. Shoot, I'd be running my ass off too if 2 white guys just shot each other.
All right, so thought I'd throw this out there, but apparently everybody had used their real names except for the one they called Melissa. Her name was Liz.
You mean the girl with the boobs?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Again, that particular one I liked because it was tropey, but I think it was intentional tropey, right? It's a self-aware horror movie. You have to have a girl screaming badly. You got to have drug use through cash for some reason. You got to have a lot of F-bombs. You got to have boobies for no reason. Just like in Zombievers, there's no reason for her to take her top off. I mean,
well, she didn't want tan lines.
Yeah, she didn't want tan lines. Corny doesn't like those either. Yeah.
No, I don't.
But it was funny how, and again, they were making fun of Americans, so I didn't know if they were Americans making fun of other Americans, or if they were of another nationality, just had American accents for some reason. But then they shot each other, which was kind of funny. I don't know if that's a trope or not. You know, doesn't know how to handle a gun. I'm almost surprised he didn't look at the barrel of the gun and then it went off. Because as soon as it didn't fire, that's what I thought this was going. Is that he was going to look at the barrel of the gun and it was going to fire and blow his brains out, and the other guy would. Okay. You also kind of feel bad. The duck still is going to die. Okay? It's still in that cage. The duck still dies. So, unless some coyote came by and, freed it.
Meep.
Right. Yeah, the Roadrunner came by and opened the cage. Anything for that one, Chad?
I got nothing.
Okay. R removed. I'm not really sure what was removed.
Oh, the skin, wasn't it?
Why?
Well, it was R I thought it was a superhero. So I thought it was like some sort of superhero story. Does that make sense?
I don't know. Maybe
Pyramid?
he moved a train for some reason.
Yeah, that's why I thought they were harnessing superhero skin or something to
But
do.
skin had film.
I don't know. It didn't make any sense.
Weird.
You can't put a piece of your skin into a gun and it fire and kill something.
Well, that's why I thought it was like a superhero thing.
I don't know.
You know, he was
like his skin turns into things. They can.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
maybe
maybe
that's
why
what
it
it
was called
is.
removed.
Yeah, the skin off, they get stuff out of it.
No, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to go back and watch it to try to figure out if that's what you mean by that, but whatever. We mentioned Speed earlier, S for Speed. I kind of liked it. It was kind of like
PSA.
Kind of, yeah, actually it was. Yeah, hell yeah, it was a PSA.
It was our Saturday morning.
Just a super violent, more like a Saturday night.
Yeah.
The only thing it was missing is that they didn't show their boobs. I mean, that was about the only thing missing, you know, like, you're going to laugh at me for this, but it reminded me of a movie called Bitch Slap, which I've seen.
Was that a home movie or something?
No, it's on, I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but it's definitely not safe for work kind of a movie.
It reminded me of the guy who does not like Death Trap. What's that? He's pals.
Death Race.
Death Race. He's like pals with Tarantino.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it was. Yeah, something like that. No, it was fun. And then when she goes with the thing chasing him, and then she dies, you kind of realize what was happening. I thought that was pretty clever.
I thought it was executed poorly though. In terms of just, I thought it was stupid by the end.
It was the only one that I didn't want to throw up at. One of the only ones I didn't want to throw up at the end. Toilet claymation freaked me the hell out. It was gross.
Hey, one question. Were these people given these? Were they given the letters or were they given the words?
I think they were given the letters. Q makes fun of the fact they were given Q.
Yeah, they're just making. Yeah, they just got the letters. W does the same thing. Yeah, the toilet one really kind of freaked me the hell out.
Yeah, didn't see that coming.
I didn't see. Well, I knew that the toilet was going to be the end, his demise, because that guy said he put the toilet in with bad screws or whatever. But I didn't expect the toilet to come to life and eat the child or eat the parents.
Isn't that a movie with Ben Stiller?
What?
Eat the parents?
Oh, eat the parents. I was like, is there a movie where a toilet comes to life and eats anybody? Has that ever happened?
Little poop of horse.
Right.
Little poop.
Little poop of horse.
That one freaked me out. But believe it or not, I have trivia on that particular one.
Oh, really?
Which I'll get to later.
Oh.
There's not much trivia on this. U for Unearthed. I thought was actually kind of okay.
I liked it. It was something different and yet not
I guess
gross.
My question is though, if it was trapped in obviously a coffin underground, just leave it there. You know, like that poor woman got bit in the neck because you guys had to unearth this thing and try to. You used a cross and holy water and you axed it a lot, and that guy tried to shoot flaming bow and arrows at him and kept missing.
Yeah, apparently it turned into the Dukes of Hazzard whenever vampires are in.
Right,
no
joke. I thought that one was.
But I like the POV view.
Yeah,
I thought that was interesting. At least I could not handle that for a feature-length film.
Oh no!
But for a little 4
Well,
minute thing.
you did. It was called the Blair Witch Project.
But that wasn't point of view from the villain.
Well, no, it was point of view for somebody else, but it was still that shaky cam kind of POV thing. It was way better than the suicide one. Let's just put it that way. The Vegetus was kind of a cool sci-fi thing happening. That robot actually looked kind of cool.
Yeah.
In fact, that robot looked way better than the Ed 209s in the original RoboCop.
Yeah.
And
my question is that it within budget?
Yeah,
Did
I know.
do that within budget?
Yeah,
there's no way.
It's pretty interesting that they could have done that in budget, and then the fact that the kid was the prophet and started blowing up heads with his mind. He pulled a rubber.
Yes, he did. Except without the weird flapping sound.
Yeah, flapping sound, and the weird cicada noise and things. Yeah. That was almost what was it?
Hello, Clarice.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, that's what that reminded me of. I must not. Oh wow, I don't have it in my my repertoire. Oh, weird. Oh well. I was gonna find that noise, but apparently I deleted it from my.
You have completely put it out of your mind, and I don't blame you.
I must have. That's funny. Yeah, I don't have it at all. Unless I called it something else and I can't find it.
Look under S for.
I'm just gonna see if it's under tire real quick. No, I don't have it. Oh well, whatever. It doesn't matter. I thought it was kind of cool though, and you're right though about the. Wait, is this it? Oh, I gotta turn the volume up on my channel first. We'll make. Is this it? Here we go.
No.
Damn it.
What is this? Oh, whatever. Okay, never mind. I don't know what that was.
I don't know what I just heard.
Yeah.
I need an adult.
You need. I like how that's your new like fallback.
Yeah.
Sorry. So that one was pretty cool. W. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The title alone is perfect.
Yeah, no joke. WTF.
I did not enjoy that at all.
I didn't either. It was just again,
weird.
It was like
If anything, I could have just not. I didn't need W.
No.
No.
It was the dumbest one. I think that's the. If I had to rank all of these, W would be 26.
You're probably right. I would probably actually agree with that. I hated that one. Well, I don't know. I hated him probably the most, but probably for different reasons. But
yeah,
you're right though. It was hard to watch. You know, it was just hard to watch, and
yeah. If I wanted seizures, I would watch some Japanese anime.
Yeah. Yeah, no joke. Anyway.
Yeah. But you're right. I think the other one would be my last one. But
yeah.
In terms of what we are talking about.
Yeah, exactly. X for XXL, social commentary about body shaming.
I liked it. Not that I liked it, but I thought it was decently made.
Did you like it?
I like it. Hello, Clarice.
Ooh, that's weird.
Can I have some of the leftovers? Goes well with some deep fried okra.
No, deep fried face from the first guy. It was gross. It was, the woman's getting body shamed, and so she does what she feels like is the only option, and she
chops herself up.
She sure did. She
yeah, about that.
Yeah, she removed her self, and it was awful and gross.
Yeah. It reminded me of Thanksgiving.
Oh, stop it! You're gonna make.
Well, they had the whatchamacallit.
They did have an electric carver.
Which
made me sad for Thanksgiving. That's about to happen. Y for Young Buck.
What in the heck was that?
So the only thing I can think of is that basically you've got old man McGillicuddy grandpa is teaching his grandson how to be a hunter, right?
Yeah.
And then he kills the deer and he chops off his head for some weird reason. And then he takes his pants off. Are we to assume that he does bad things to the boy?
I think so.
Okay.
Which would make the
boy kind of justifiable in taking the head of the deer and stabbing him through the face.
As he was.
I don't even want to say it. God.
He was in the gym.
First of all, those were the sweatiest boys ever, okay? We didn't even get that wet when we did the ice bucket challenge, okay?
Gross.
It was so awful. That part, of all of the ones, that part is what made me almost throw up.
No, the what was it? L Is it L? Libido?
Yeah, that one
That
was
was
gross.
close. That was close.
I had more problems with L than I did.
I did
with
too, but like that part made me cringe. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch some parts of L also. It was gross. And then Z, all I wrote was I hate my life now. That's all I wrote. It was weird.
With Z, you have to think the people who are putting all this together, and they were like, yeah, we're going to end on a bang. We're going to end with a good one, right? And they get this submitted, and they're like, well, crap.
What the hell? We got weird Japanese
man.
Nazis. You got man wiener all over the place. Are they making food? What is happening? Why is she attacking another woman with a 7-foot penis?
And then they make out.
And then they make out. Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be feeling right now. And then the guy has an erection for some reason because he's talking to God or Hitler or something. I didn't get any of it.
Not to mention that guy looked a lot like from the How I Love to Learn the Bomb. What's that called? Dr. Strangelove. That was weird.
Just
weird.
Had a hard time with that one.
Yeah.
That's it.
He did too.
Wow.
He sure did. Audible.com sponsored that piece of shit we just listened to. And I feel bad for them having to be a part of this
so bad
particular.
for our listeners. Please, and I'm telling our listeners, please don't watch this movie.
Yeah, normally
hopefully we've described enough of it to you that you really don't need to go watch.
Yeah, you don't need to. Normally I say go watch it, so that you know what we're talking about, or go watch it so that you could suffer with us. No, don't. Seriously, don't come emailing us. If you want to email us, that's fine. But don't go, oh my God, you made me watch this movie and now I hate you guys. Like, or if you watched it before you listened to this, then I'm sorry. In fact, as soon as I get off, we're done with this episode, I might just put on Facebook, don't watch this movie.
It is bad. It will make you sad in the wrong ways.
It really will.
You know what the best part is? They made a second one.
They did.
Or they're going to make a second one.
No, it's made.
No, it's on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
It's on Netflix. Yeah.
Yay.
And if any of you listeners make us watch that, I swear. We will veto that so hard.
Sean, don't you understand, though, when you tell our listeners that we don't want to watch something, what are they going to do?
I know. They're going to...
Have we not learned?
They're going to make us watch it. You guys should do that for your 100th episode. And Cheap Seat Reviews ended at episode 99. Audible.com. audibletrial.com/cheapseatreviews.
For all our listeners out there, we're going to be very picky with horror movies, not in October. I will tell you that much.
Yes, that's fair. Trivia. I only had 3. That was any worth. Sam, this one was for you. The character name Frau Schließ literally means Mrs. Shit in German.
That'd be Scheiss.
Scheiss?
Frau Scheiss. Yeah.
Schelsse.
Really?
That's how it's spelled.
Scheiss is shit in German.
Oh, well, maybe with the L, it's more formal. I don't know. But that's how it's. That's the name of the.
Maybe it's like a verb or something. Maybe it's like to shite.
I don't know. Well, you would know before any of us would. But I mean, that was the
German
name.
And still listening to us at this point.
I don't think we have any German listeners, but we.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No, it's definitely not anymore. Lee Hardcastle. That was his name. The director of the animator for T is for Toilet. Hardcastle. Lee Hardcastle is also his porn name. Went on to create the short film. Sam, you okay?
Wait, did you sound like a dolphin?
Man, you went like into the dolphin mode there. That was great. Sorry, I didn't think that joke was all that funny, but okay. Lee Hardcastle, starring in T is for Toilet. He also went on to create the short film Ghost Burger as a sequel.
And baby, I like them buns.
Ghost Burger was the horror version of Good Burger. I'm just teasing. The film revealed that the title boy, whose head was crushed by the falling turlet, survived the incident, making T is for toilet one of the only segments to not have a canonical. Well, you know what I'm saying. Not canon death in it. So the boy lived. Hooray!
Hooray for the boy.
The boy who was afraid to poop lived.
Is that how Harry Pooper starts?
I don't know. Like, I was watching that, and I'm like, my son's going through potty training. Like, that just seems awful. And that guy was so mean about it. Anyway, I wanted to punch him in his claymation face. The only other trivia that I actually found interesting, and this is actually really interesting. Sheila Kearns, a substitute teacher, was convicted on 4 felony counts in January of 2015 for showing this film in class to her students.
Whoa.
Kearns apologized to the court, saying she did not watch the movie before showing it to her Spanish class at Columbus East High School in April of 2013.
Wow.
Wait a second. What did she get charged with?
It just says 4 felony counts.
Felony?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Yikes.
I'm going to see if because that trivia was in there twice. So let me see if an Ohio substitute teacher was fired, convicted of 4 felonies, and sentenced to 90 days in jail for showing this movie to students ages 14 to 18 over the course of 5 days. I don't know what the counts were.
Why did she continue?
Showing, I guess, I think it's probably showing, what is it?
All right, I'm on. Hold on.
There's a materials thing if you show children like pornography, essentially.
All right. Hold on. What? Oh, okay. So basically, I'm trying to read where it actually says. Kearns showed abysmal judgment.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Choice
Which
of movie number 1.
Which letter was that? Abysmal judgment.
Yeah.
I think it would have been more fun if they would have just picked a name out of the alphabet or a word, and then had to go by that word.
Yeah. The article I'm reading is basically they actually don't agree with the ruling, and they refer to the law of the land as draconian, because of what basically she didn't know what she was doing, but it's not like she was showing this to 8-year-olds. You know, these are you know what I'm saying? So I was trying to see if where it actually
It's still weird to me that she couldn't.
After the first one, she should have stopped.
Yeah. Well, not even. Well, see, A, B, Bigfoot, C. When's the first nudity come into this thing?
B.
Yeah, B. You see the girl's boobies.
Yeah. So I mean,
but in fairness,
paying attention.
But in fairness, if you watch the old school Romeo and Juliet, you see boobies there too.
Yeah, did anybody have a teacher who played that and then tried to fast forward to that part, or
no?
Nope. Mine let it play, and then the guys perked up obviously when they saw that, and she was like, "Oh, forgot that was there."
She thought it was a Spanish film for some reason.
Well, it's in Spanish, some of it.
Half of them are, yeah.
By the way, that broke our rule too.
Yeah, I did.
So shame on whoever did this, but we still appreciate you emailing us.
Yes.
Gotta remember that.
It's like obscenity laws in that the town or the state that she was in Ohio. I kind of feel bad for her, but whatever. I didn't give it a soundtrack grade because they all
really
sucked.
wasn't. I mean, if you wanted to go a lot, that was.
What did we learn? I learned that these people are effed up. That's what I learned.
Yes.
There we go. I did actually capture another clip from the movie that I forgot to play. So, Chad, you'll appreciate this. If I can sum up this entire movie, it's funny. I went back and was going back through one of our old episodes, and I had forgotten that we used to do this, but we used to actually pick a line from the movie that described the movie. And this is that movie.
None of this is working. This is a disaster.
There you go. See? Completely describes the movie. All of them.
Yeah. Can you end every one of our episodes with that clip?
No, man. It's got to be...
How can this be for the greater good? Shut it!
This one still makes me giggle.
With the power of Grayskull.
There you go. So our top three, we decided to pick our top three of these movies, right? The three shorts.
And we're not saying, Lord knows we're not saying these are great.
No,
we're just saying these are out of these 26. These are the
shiniest pieces of shit we could find.
Yes.
Chad?
I'm going to have to go with C.
Okay.
I'm going with...
Okay, so Cycle.
Yep, Cycle. Yeah.
S.
Speed. Okay.
Speed.
And I'm going with... I'm going to go with Y.
The Young Blood?
Young Buck.
Young Buck, yeah, sorry.
Licking the sweat. Tasty. I bet you it's lukewarm, too.
I'm going to go vomit right now. Corny?
All right. I'm going to go with V for Vegetus.
Oh, yeah, the robot one, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go with
Ed 207.
S for Speed.
Okay.
And my favorite one, F for Fart.
So weird.
I've got to give in mind F. It doesn't make the top three, but it is definitely a honorable mention. For sure.
Go ahead, Sam.
Okay, I am going to put X for the
XXL.
trimming of the fat.
Yeah.
I'm going to put D for dogfight.
Okay.
That was interesting, and I thought V was interesting. It created a world and
a horrible dystopian world.
Yeah, a horrible dystopian world, but at least there's so many interesting parts of that world that you just want to know more about. So,
it reminded me a little bit of the movie The Equalizer with Batman. What's his name? Christian Bale. Christian Bale. Yeah. If that's streaming, that one actually might be a good one for our podcast. They use like gun fu or something, gun kata, where they like mix martial arts with gunplay. Huh. It's actually kind of neat. But the idea is that in the future, no one can have emotions. You've purged emotions. Everyone's a Vulcan, and you take medicine to prevent you from having emotions because the populace was becoming too emotional. And of course, there's the underground, trying to, have freedom again, right? And Christian Bale is the church runs the thing, and he's a cleric, is what he's referred to as. And it's bad, but it's interesting. So, and it was like it was trying to be the Matrix right after the Matrix, I think, because I think it came out like in 2000 or something. I don't know, but anyway, what were you gonna say, Corny?
I said, didn't Christian Bale already be in a movie that required him to fight with a gun?
What?
Isn't there a movie called Gun Kata?
I don't know if that's called a thing. He's not in it. If he is,
okay, never mind then. Because I remember just maybe that was the movie. Maybe it's the same movie I'm thinking of. Either way, go continue.
Not The Equalizer.
But I think that one, if any of these, I would be interested in learning more about. It would be that one.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't mean I want to. It was interesting enough to me.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I can't argue with that. Was that your whole list?
Yeah, that was my list.
Okay. Now it's bothering me. I got to find out what the movie's called. The Machinist. No, Equilibrium. That's what it's called. Equilibrium. 2002. Yeah. So it was coming right off the heels of. Oh goodness. Everybody okay?
Yep.
Okay. Coming off the heels of The Matrix and.
So it was taking advantage of the kung fu.
Yeah, and the trench coats and the slow mo and things like that. Let's see if Equilibrium is streaming. It is streaming. We should watch that. I'm gonna add it to the list right now. You can't stop me.
Music by Klaus Badelt.
Oh, good. Yum. All right, I spelled it wrong, but doesn't matter. There you go. Yeah, my top three, right? That's what we're writing
yours.
on. My top three, I wrote Cycle, Dog, and Quack.
Yeah, Cycle would have been close to mine if it was better produced.
Yeah, you know what? Truth be told, I think you've actually convinced me. I think I'd probably put the V one over Cycle because of just the sci-fi nature, and I like that. I kind of like my sci-fi horror-ish. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought.
Okay, what off topic? What's your favorite sci-fi horror?
My favorite sci-fi horror? Well, I've only seen a couple, so it would probably have to be Event Horizon.
Yep, same here.
It certainly isn't Sunshine or Alien versus Predator in space or whatever.
I like Sunshine.
I didn't at all.
I liked it.
What was it? Mission to Mars? One of those was Red Planet or something. One of those was kind of horror-ish.
With a robot cat?
Yeah, it goes and kills everybody except Val Kilmer. But there's another one where they go to Mars and there's some weird things happening and people die. I don't know. I can't remember. I've seen too many apparently. Yeah, not Equilibrium. Event Horizon would probably be my favorite of that type of thing. And the funny thing is, when I watched it when it first came out on HBO back when I was in high school, I didn't know that it was a horror film. I was just like, oh, cool, sci-fi movie. And then I'm like, wait, people are dying in horrific ways. And Sam Neill, Jurassic Park's Sam Neill, is...
It's creepy as hell.
And Chad, what is he? Well, Chad, he is...
the devil.
You know, he literally is. Spoiler. That's it. That's going to do it.
Yeah.
For this movie. We have an email.
Oh, thank God.
All right. We have an email. I gotta find it.
We all breathe easily now.
Well, it's two, but it's from the same dude, so I'm just gonna read it as one email. He wrote. His name is McLaurin Taylor.
Taylor McLaurin.
McLaurin. Well, it's read. Oh, Taylor. Yeah, Taylor McLaurin. Yeah. Well, it says from McLaurin Taylor, but it's Taylor McLaurin. Do we know this person?
No idea.
Nope.
He has an appstate.edu email address.
Oh, heck yeah.
So, hey, go apps. Just found your podcast. I have a great movie y'all should watch. 2013 Septic Man.
Septic Man?
It's not streaming.
Oh.
Sam says, "Oh, Chad, you said no pretty quickly there. Have you seen that?"
I have no. I just don't. I have no desire to watch a movie known as Septic
Man. I'm gonna find out what it is. Septic Man. Oh, here it is. 2030.
Actually, I'm thinking the name is McLaurin Taylor because he calls by Mac.
Well, he goes by Mac, but like his email address.
No, he does not go by Mac Taylor.
His email address.
It'd be awesome if he did.
That's right. I guess
I just gave out his email address on the air. I'm sorry, Taylor.
You're gonna have to beep that one out there. Buddy.
I actually probably will.
Yeah.
I don't
Sean doesn't drop an F-bomb, but he does do that.
Yeah. Jason David Brown is Jack, known Septic Man. I don't recognize anyone else in this movie. Let's see. Tony Burgess is... Oh, no. Jesse Thomas Cook. A sewage worker gets trapped inside a septic tank during a water contamination crisis and undergoes a hideous transformation. Oh, so basically it's Swamp Thing. Good job.
Or Toxic Avenger.
Or Toxic Avenger. He also
scares me in itself.
Continuing on, Mac also said, also you should watch Children of the Corn 4.
F off.
And there's Corny's veto.
Yeah.
But thank you for your email. We really appreciate it. Send your emails to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. And I promise I won't read your email address out on air.
Yeah, sure. Promise it now.
Yeah, I'll fix that later. Out of 10 time. It's time for that time. Out of 10, Chad.
0.5.
Wow, I'm surprised you went that high. Okay.
Wow.
0.5. I got to write these down. Hold on, Chad. Corny.
I'll give it a 3.
Okay. That's actually low for what I thought you were going to do. Truth be told. Just from when you off air, you're like, hey, I actually kind of like this one a little bit. I was expecting you to go like 5 or 6, and then we were all going to hate you.
Well, I was kind of. This is the only time where I wish you had voted first, so I could just go and give it an 8.
Oh, nice. Well, it would have been funny. But, I mean, you didn't have a pun saved in your back pocket, like you did that one time when you dropped a really low number and it freaked us all out. I don't remember which one it was now.
Oh, it was.
Remember what I'm talking about? It was that great pun. Don't be Vasily.
Don't Vasily. Don't be Vasily.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't have one for this time around.
That's okay. Sam.
I'm gonna give it a number that corresponds with as many of these that I thought were decent, and I'm gonna say 2.
Okay. That's fair.
2. Yeah.
That's actually
2. Not great. Not great. I would not recommend. I will not watch again. And I really don't care.
Well, I'm gonna give it 1 evil toilets. As it just one.
So 1 for what? You enjoyed maybe one of these?
Quack made me chuckle.
Yeah.
And I thought that the look and feel of V was kind of interesting. But there's so much other bad that brings that down. Like if M didn't exist, it would be like a 3. You know?
Yeah.
Or if, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
sometimes with that it went too far.
Like if L didn't exist, it would be a 3. If those two didn't exist, I'd probably get like a 4. Maybe it's too much. Maybe 3, 2.5, something like that. But because though exist in this thing, I can't go higher than a 1. And I will tell everyone that I know not to watch this movie.
Yep.
I don't think we've done that on anything else other than maybe Poultrygeist. Because even Zombiever is dumb, but you should go watch it. But
what about Rubber?
Hell, go watch that. Shit, I mean, I'll watch that with you guys tomorrow before I watch this thing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I have found something, and I believe I did give Rubber 2 or 3.
Yeah, I don't know if Rubber's sitting at the bottom of the list. I don't have the website pulled up, but
hold on, I got it.
But regardless, I hated this so much. I didn't have a good time.
And folks, it's not because we don't like horror, because there's some horror that I like. It's just I was expecting at least attempts at being good.
Yeah. What are you giggling about?
Oh, Sam's comment. I'm sorry. It made me laugh.
Rubber only got a 0.85.
The devil.
There you go. Sorry. That's it. So, thank you, the listeners. Truly, sincerely, thank you for participating in our month of horror movies. We hated this one. We actually didn't really like most of the ones that we picked this month.
No. I will say Saw turned out to be a lot better.
Saw was a better movie than I thought it was going to be. And, Simon Pegg's one, The Fantastic Fear of Everything, I didn't like it very much, but because it was disappointing because of my expectations more than really anything else. I hated Zombievers in this. And maybe it was our own faults, whatever, because last year's Halloween was so good with Tucker and Dale versus Evil and The Frighteners. Like
I think if we would have seen the Exorcist, I think it would have turned the month around.
I think so too. I was actually looking forward to that because I had such great trivia about that.
Maybe they'll bring it back.
Yeah, maybe. Save it for then. But next week we are doing Good Will Hunting. So
we're trying to find a good movie.
Yeah, so we've
by
eaten
hunting for goodwill.
Yeah, we have watched the shit, and now we are going to cleanse our palate, so to speak, with an Oscar-worthy movie. And then after that, we're going to go into some more bad movies. But
Matt Damon.
But I know the next 2 movies after that are fun bad. Masters of the Universe and Kung Fu Hustle are coming up.
You know who else is in Good Will Hunting?
Well, Ben Affleck's in there.
Ben Affleck.
Oh my God.
He might have to make a special appearance.
Hopefully not for very long.
I hope he's there the entire episode, personally.
I really don't. I really don't.
You know one thing that would have made one of these little short films better?
Ben Affleck.
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci. Oh. I appreciate that, Sam. I really do.
He was the guy in the hole in Cycle. He just kind of pulled people in.
Hey,
kind of like the clown in It in the sewers.
Right.
You think this hole is funny? Huh? You think this? Get in here.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Anyway, sorry.
All
right. That's it. I guess
Bernstein, go.
Yeah, so that's it. Next week, Good Will Hunting. I watched something recently. I don't remember what it was now. Well, guess it wasn't that good. I don't know. Check us out on our Facebook page, facebook.com/CheapSeat Reviews. I guess if I went to my script, it would make life easier for me.
Show notes.
How many times have I done this? You can leave us a review on iTunes and Stitcher and where other fine podcasts are sold. Visit our website, CheapSeatReviews.com, where we have all kinds of funny little things. Follow us on Twitter at CheapSeatCast. You may follow me at Sean J. Allred, Soneji, SONEJI16 for Sam, Johnny Darko 16. There's some really strange noises happening right now. 16, Maestro_Evans for Chad. Please send us your emails to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you, and frankly, we're lonely, and we need to hear from you. That's going to do it for us. So next week, Good Will Hunting. Can't wait. Never seen it. I know. I'm excited.
Gonna be great.
Is someone are we reenacting the F one?
F is for flatulence.
Yes, it really is. So on behalf of Corny, Chad, Sam, Chad, welcome back. We missed you. We're glad you're moved into your new home. You like it?
I love it.
Great.
It's great.
That's what matters. So on behalf of Corny, Chad, Sam, this is Sean saying good night, and I'm sorry.
You know what F really stands for?